Hi everyone, welcome to the class. I'll take you through a 45-minute sequence focusing loads on the hips, hip mobility as well as the hamstrings. You will need a couple of blocks and have your strap close to you as well, just in case we need it. Enjoy the class. Start making your way into a seated position and let's all have the left leg in front of your right. So left leg in front of your right, find the top of your sitting bones to sit on. And bring your knees a little bit closer towards one another, shins further away. Just give your shoulders a nice big roll. Letting the shoulders be nice and heavy. Close your eyes and take a few breaths here. Think about the length of your spine as the crown of your head is reaching up to the sky on each inhale. And on the exhale, think about the heaviness of your hips, the thighs, and grounding and rooting through the sitting bones down to the earth. Allowing your breath to be long, deep, and continuous. With each inhale, we're finding more length. Each exhale, soften. Taking a last breath as you are. Just noticing how your body's feeling. Noticing your breath. Now be right. Next time you're having your eyes open, start reaching both of your arms all the way up. Reach up, look up. And as you exhale, take your arms all the way back. Reach all the way back to the space behind you. Bring the shoulder blades together and find the floor with the fingertips. Pull the shoulders down and back, expand that chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together and press the thighs all the way down to the floor. Lift the chest just a little bit more, keeping your neck long, and you can bring a bit of a movement into your neck here at the same time. Bringing your chin to your chest, ear to the shoulders, keeping the spine really, really long and lifted. Keep your spine as it is, nice and long. Bring your head back through the center and start sliding the fingertips all the way around you and bring them forward just in front of you. Wherever they land, keep them there. Start kind of moving your hips back. So send your sitting bones further back and away from you. So we create more length through the lower part of the spine. So we're keeping the knees as they are, feet as they are. Just finding more space through the lower back by shuffling back. Press the fingertips to the floor. Think about the length of the spine on inhale. And on the exhale, perhaps we can find more space to go and walk your fingertips further forward. Just stay here for a few breaths. Waking up those hips, the glutes. Maybe softening to your elbows. Maybe the forearms finds the floor. Just take it nice and easy. And connect your momentum to your breath. So on the inhale, we find the length. On the exhale, we fall just a little bit deeper. Taking the last breath as you are. Inhale. Exhale, fall even deeper. Maybe the forehead comes down to the floor. Start sliding your hands a little bit closer towards your shins as we walk in the hands all the way to your left side, as far out to the left as possible, where we're bringing the chest on the top of your left thigh, keeping the right sitting bone nice and heavy, right side of the body really long. And again, think about the length. Think about the space that we now create in the lower part of the spine. Sitting bone stays heavy. If you'd like to intensify this, we're placing the right palm on the top of your thigh and send the thigh further away from you. That's the direction your thigh wants to go, out and away from you. Take another deep breath as we are. Again, maybe the forearm finds the floor, but take it nice and easy. Just noticing how the spine is feeling, how the hips are doing. And all we're doing, we're placing the right palm back on the top of your left knee. Press away as you start circling the fingertips of your left hand all the way back behind you and finding a gentle twist. Find a length in the spine, open up your chest, and then we twist to the left. Casually looking over that left shoulder. Core is helping to open up the chest just a little bit more. And on the exhale, perhaps we're finding a deeper twist. Try not to force your body, just keep it nice and gentle. and back through the center. Before we do the other side, place the fingertips behind you again. Open up the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And all we're doing is open up your feet a little bit wider than your hips. Maybe as wide as your mother if your mother's at the front. Flex your feet, pressing the heels to the floor, expand the chest. And we're just moving through your 90-90 to warm up into your hips just a little bit more. Go nice and easy. There'll be plenty of time and opportunity throughout the class to go deeper into the hips. So for now, I just want you to notice how is the internal and your external rotation, how the inner thighs are feeling, and start waking up the muscles surrounding your hip joints. Take both of your knees all the way out to the side, expand that chest. And take your right inner knee nice and close to the floor as we let the left knee drop down to the side as well. See if we can keep the sitting bones on the floor as we're going through these rotations. Okay, they're going from one side to another. Pause wherever you need to pause. Move nice and slow. Bring it back through the center. And we just slide in the right leg in front of your left. So coming into the seated position, but we're changing the crossing of your legs. So right leg in front of your left. On inhale, we bring both our arms up again. Finding more length, maybe look up, reach up. And on the exhale, we start reaching forward as we're placing the fingertips down to the floor. Whenever they land, keep them there. Pull the shoulders down and back. And again, we can shuffle the sitting bones back. So we're finding more space. We're creating a space. And then just soften into your body. Walking the fingertips forward. Breathe into the sensation. Closing the eyes. One more deep breath. Inhale. Exhale to fold even deeper. Slowly making your way back through the center. As we walk both our hands all the way to your right side, let's take it all the way to the right. Chest stays on the top of your right thigh. Maybe this is where we stay today. If this feels good and nice and strong through the left side of the body, from the waistline down all the way to the hip, to the glutes. Please pause here. No need to go anywhere from here. Finding a place where you feel good, comfortable, where we feel in the gentle release. If you would like to intensify, we gently rest the left palm on the top of your thigh and guide the thigh to go out. Nice and easy. If your thigh is quite high, you can rest the forearm on the top of your thigh as well. That would work just fine. Inhaling. Exhale. Place your right palm on the top of your left palm on the top of your right thigh, and start walking or sliding the fingertips of your right hand behind you into a very gentle twist. Flatten out the back, expand that chest, and then maybe looking over at that right shoulder. Keeping the shoulders down, so you might feel a gentle release happening through the left side of your neck as well. Back through the center. Bend your knees and coming into a straight-legged sit. So all we're doing, just slide your heels away from you, but keep a bit of a gap between the knees and your thighs. Digging the heels to the floor, shuffling the sitting bones back, and start folding forward. But I want you to think about connecting your torso, your belly, your chest to the top of your thigh. Walking the fingertips further forwards. If you can reach your feet, good. If you're somewhere around the ankles, absolutely fine. Find a length in the spine on inhale. And on the exhale, we fold. If you can reach your feet, grab them. You might want to grab the strap here. If you're quite high up here today, take a strap as we pull in ourselves closer and closer to the thighs. If your hamstrings are feeling nice and warm and stretched, then start sliding the heels further away from you, but still keeping a bit of a gap between the knees and the floor. So you're taking a stretch all the way down from the calves to the back of your knees, to the hamstring, to the glutes, all the way to the lower back. Think about sending your chin forwards, chest forward, so your chest stays nice and open, collarbones nice and broad. Finding a deeper release with each exhale. Always working with the breath. Being awareness of your breathing. Being aware to what's going on in your body. Last breath. And release. Slowly coming out of that pose. And slide your right foot in. Keep your left leg exactly as it is, nice and strong and active. Link your fingers around the right foot. Lift the foot off the floor and expand that chest forward. Maybe this is where we stay today. So try to keep spine tall. Left leg straight as we sit in still on the top of your sitting bones. Avoid rocking back. So maybe this is where we stay, or we start straight in the right leg. Remember, the right leg doesn't have to go completely straight. As long as the spine is long, that is exactly what we're looking for. If this is not accessible for us, grab a strap and strap the ball of your right foot. Maybe let go completely straight by again, keeping the chest wide open. Pull the shoulders down and back, just expansion. Chin again is going towards your toes. You can work with the right knee slightly bent. Taking another deep breath here, pull the thigh just a bit closer towards your chest. And we're going to change the grip. So take your left hand and place your left palm and reach towards the outside of the right foot. So the outrage, the little pinky toe side of the right foot. Now the right arm reaches up, creating a big circle here. As we find in the floor with the fingertips of your right hand looking over your right shoulder. Maybe straighten your right leg if it's available to you now. Start bringing the right thigh on the top of your left, so targeting the IT band, as well as the right side of the hip. You're looking over the right shoulder. Bringing the leg just a little bit higher and out to the side, right on the top of that left thigh. Inhale. Think about the twist, the length, the breath. And on the exhale, we release. Look forward again, and all we're doing, we're bending the right knee as we rest the ankle on the top of your left thigh. Start with the fingertips behind you, and maybe this is intense enough for us to stay here. If you have more space, we're taking the right knee down and start sliding the left foot all the way in towards you. Think about the gap between the right knee and your right shoulder. So rather than being close here, we need to really send the thigh away from you, using the strength. So imagine someone's imaginary palm is pressing the thigh away from you. Open up your chest. If you would like to intensify the stretch, start walking your hands closer towards you. Maybe a bit of a rocking, just a gentle rocking from side to side. Keep your right foot flexed, spine stays straight. Maybe we take a deep breath. The closer the left heel is, the more intense the stretch, so play around with the position and find the one that works for you. Find that shape that serves you today. Start straightening your left leg. And all we're doing is pressing the right sole of your foot to the floor. Left leg stays straight, toes are pointed up to the sky. Left arm reaches up, so before we twist, we find the length. And on the exhale, we hook the left elbow on the outside of your right thigh. And we're looking over the right shoulder again, but this time with a deeper twist. Thinking about the twist going from the lower back. Then we turn in the torso all the way to the right side. The chest follows, and let the neck follow the rest of the spine. Left foot is flexed, toes pointed up. And release, slowly coming out of the twist. We'll go straight onto the other side. So right leg goes straight. Find the top of your sitting bones again, and we slide in the left foot in. Link your fingers. Bring the foot inside of your palms and lift the foot off the floor. So again, we don't have to go too high. Maybe we're just staying here today. We're bringing the left knee nice and close towards your left armpit. If you're ready, come with me. Maybe go halfway. Maybe we start straight to your legs, still keeping the left knee slightly soft and bent. And then see if you can extend that leg a little bit more. Take your time to go into the full extension. Still working with the knee bend if your hamstrings are feeling a little tight today. Both of your feet are flexed, both of your quads are active in order to safely stretch and wake up those hamstrings. Inhale to find more length. On the exhale, perhaps we pull the thigh just a little bit closer towards us. Now let's change the grip. So right hand reaches towards the outside of your left foot, so the little pinky toe side of your foot. Grab it strong. And then left arm reaches up, 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 up. Big circle as we find the floor with the fingertips of your left hand. Expand the chest and start taking the left leg across your right thigh and in towards you. Taking your time here to play around with the position of your leg. Your knee can be bent. Remember that your knee can be here. Absolutely fine. Just creating some space around the left hip joint. You might start feeling the abdomen nicely opening, targeting all the way to the lower back. Looking over that left shoulder. Keep the shoulders heavy. So try not to stay static. Find a bit of a movement. Perfect. And look forward again. All we're doing is bending the left knee as we cross it diagonal on top of your thigh. Bring both hands behind you, expand the chest as we did before. And this is maybe where we stay today. Otherwise, start sliding the right heel in towards you until you find that sweet little spot. And that's where we want to pause. Place the right foot to the floor. Expand the chest even more. And we're thinking to bring the chest nice and close to that thigh. Bit of a rocking. Again, gentle movement, still creating a space. Breathing into the sensation. Maybe walking hands even closer. Bringing a gap or keeping a gap between the left knee and your left shoulder. Start sliding the right heel away from you again. And we're placing the left sole of your foot to the floor. Flatten out a bit, your right arm reaches up again. And we're bringing into the deeper twist. Right elbow hooks on the outside of the left thigh. We look over the left shoulder. Flex your right foot. Toes are pointing up. The leg stays really, really active. Belly button goes in, using the core to help you to twist even deeper. And back to the center. Perfect. We cross the ankles. Walk your hands forward and let's make our way into a tabletop, all fours. From a tabletop, just curl your toes under, belly button goes in, creating a nice neutral spine. Lift the knees off the floor. Let's make our way into a downwards facing dog. Soften into your knees. Just first, focus on the length of the spine. Pressing the palms to the floor, separate your shoulder blades. And maybe we just stay with the knees slightly bent today. Same to what we did when we were in the seating position with the seated forward fold. We try to bring the belly and the chest nice and close to your thighs. Knees can be bent. Take another breath as you are. Inhale, press the palms to the floor. As you exhale, maybe straighten your legs if your hamstrings are ready. Look forward and we step the right foot onto the inside of your right hand. Nice big step forward. Come onto your fingertips, maybe shuffling the back foot further back. Send the hips nice and low. And you might start bringing the blocks here. So place the fingertips onto the block to flatten out the back. As we rock forward and back. So nice long stance. Back thigh active. We're lifting the back knee off the floor. Perfect. One more big rock forward and back. And we lower the back knee down to the floor. Keep the toes curled under so the thighs are active. We're hugging the thighs in towards one another. Lift the fingertips away from the block. Tuck your tailbone under so you're getting the beautiful release that is psoas on your left side. Bringing both of your arms up. Reach up to the sky as we take hold onto the elbows. Expand the chest but keep your core working. Belly button goes in. And maybe we expand that chest. Just a very, very gentle heart opener here. Perhaps slightly deeper back. Keep the tug going on. So we're thinking pubic bone up and in towards your right heel. Glutes on the left side are working. Hugging the thighs in really strong here. One more deep breath. Perfect. And from here, keep your legs as they are. We just start slowly reaching forwards and down again towards the block or maybe the floor. Start straighten your right leg. The right leg doesn't have to go completely straight just yet. Square over your hips, flatten out the back, flex and point your foot. If this is too strong and you think or see that your spine is rounding, please take the blocks, take them on a second height, maybe highest height. Flatten out the back. So we slightly think about taking the tailbone up. Flexing and pointing that foot. Right hip goes back, left hip slightly forwards, and bring it into the stillness. Press the right heel to the floor and maybe soften into your elbows. We're going to bring those two movements into a little sequence. So let's bring those two together again. We bend in the right knee, we take hold onto the opposite elbows, tuck your tailbone under, squeeze into the glutes, expand that chest. And then start reaching down to the floor, maybe the blocks, maybe the floor this time if you feel a bit more stretched. As we fold in over your right leg, send the toes up to the sky, so big one for the calf as well. One more time, press the right foot to the floor, take hold onto your elbows, open up the chest, perhaps take it into the deeper head open and deeper back bends. Take it all the way down, fingertips finds the floor or your block as we straighten the right leg, forehead closer towards the toes. We bend the right knee, keep your fingertips on the floor on your block, lift the back knee off the floor again, and start walking your hands towards the left side into the center, so coming into the wide-legged stance. Soften your knees if needed, take your toes so they are pointing in, heel slightly out. Start walking your hands forward, so think to what we did at the beginning of the class when we were leaning forward with the spine straight. Same applies here, melting the heart to the earth. Send your sitting bones back and away from you. Think about the length of the spine. Pressing the feet to the floor, really active through the quads. Good. From here, start walking your hands back in towards you again and towards your left leg. So reach as close as you can towards your left leg. Bring the forehead nice and close towards your left shin. Deep breaths. And bring it back through the center. All the way forward and straight onto the other side as you bring your forehead nice and close towards your right shin. See if you can keep both of legs straight. And breathe into the sensation. Lovely work. And from here, keep both of your legs straight as we turn on your right heel, lift the back heel off the floor, so we turn in the ball of the back foot. And here we are in a pyramid pose. Now this is quite a big pose, so grab those blocks, they should be right in front of you. Lift the hips, pressing the right heel to the floor, left ball of your foot to the floor, and maybe pressing the heel down. Big pyramid pose. This is quite a big one for the right hamstrings. So find a position that works for you. Flatten out the back. Maybe keep the back heel lifted if that works nicer. As we're taking the blocks forwards or the fingertips, take another extra breath here. If this is too strong, we're bending the right knee. Inhale in. Exhale out. Lovely work. Bend your right knee, press both of your palms to the floor. We lift the right foot off the floor as we bring the right knee to your right wrist. Pigeon pose. Slide your left foot back. Walk your fingertips in and expand that chest. So there's a gorgeous one for the front of your thigh, the hip flexors on the left side, as well as the right glutes. If you see or feel your body collapsing onto the right side, I would suggest to take a block and slide it underneath the right sitting bone. We want to keep the hips nice and square rather than collapsing onto one side or another. So find a pose that works for you. Gently activate it into the glutes to protect your lower back and expand the chest again. Keep the length in your spine as we start walking your hands forward, coming into your forearms. Chin is pointing forwards. We drive the elbows in towards your body. Inhale in. And on the exhale, fall down completely. Finding the forehead either the top of your palms, your block, or the floor. It's a little bit more like a restorative way, a restorative stretch where you completely let go. Let your body to fall into the place, to fall into the position. Inhale. And big exhale. Start walking your hands back. Lean onto your right side. If you are sitting on that block, remove that block. Lean onto your right side as we bring the left leg forwards. Place your left foot in front of the right shin. Find both of the sitting bones to sit on. Link your fingers and the foot comes in inside of the palms again. Lifts. Maybe you might find the leg can straighten completely now. Try that. Or if not, your knee stays bent. Just bring the leg nice and close towards you for a deeper hamstring stretch. Sitting up tall on the top of your sitting bones, flex that foot, and we try to bring the toes nice and close towards your forehead, or we just stay in here, flatten out the back. We bring this into a netted twist. So all we're doing, we guide the left foot to go on the outside of your right thigh. You might need to adjust. Again, both of the sitting bones stays on the floor. Right arm reaches up, and we're hugging the elbow on the outside of your left thigh. Sitting bones heavy. We just got one breath in a twist to prepare for the next upcoming pose. And release back through the center. And we're placing the left knee directly on the top of your right. Make sure the soles of your feet are pointing up to the sky and your sitting bones are on the floor. If this is too strong or one of the sitting bones is lifted, sit on the block. So we're lifting the pelvis and it should feel a bit more comfortable. This is quite a strong one, a big pose for the hips. So start with the fingertips behind you. We pressing the left knee on the top of your right, the sitting bones to the floor, expanding the chest again. If you feel comfortable here, this feels like a nice little stretch. Close your eyes, breathe into it. Otherwise, start walking your hands towards your hips. Maybe pressing the palms on the top of your feet. And I like to massage my feet, a bit of a foot massage, especially if we hold it for a bit longer, it might be quite nice to kind of keep your mind occupied. Not thinking about the tight hips, but giving a bit of a loving as well, a bit of a squeeze. And start walking your hands forward. Reaching as far forward as you can. Try not to lift the hip up. Closing the eyes, 3 breaths. Surrender. And enjoy. Inhaling. Exhale out. Lovely. To come out of the pose, either rolling through the knees to come back into the tabletop. If this transition doesn't work for you, just make your way into a tabletop. We turn the knees out to the side. Curl the toes under, lift the hips up and back into a downward facing dog. Again, starting with the knees nice and soft and bent. Bringing the thighs close to your chest, press the palms to the floor, flatten out the back. If the hamstrings are ready, heels comes closer to the floor as we maybe straighten your legs, but don't rush into it. Looking towards your feet rather than to your hands. Separate the shoulder blades even more. Look forward, and we place the left foot onto the inside of your left hand, big step forwards. Stay on your fingertips. Straight away, you might feel like you're rounding the spine, or this is a little bit too strong for you. Here comes the blocks. So take your palms to the top of your blocks. Fully extend the back leg. Pressing the back heel away from us as we gently touching the floor with the fingertips. Rocking forward and back. Find a bit of a movement here. Sinking hips low. Squeezing into the glutes on the right side. And we lower your back knee all the way down to the floor. Keep the toes of your back leg curled under. Lift the fingertips off the floor. Go nice and slow. Bring your arms all the way up. Reach up. Take hold onto the opposite elbows. Take a little bit easier with the first one. So only focusing first on is the tack of the tailbone. Squeeze into the glutes and finding the release through the psoas on the right side. Think about the side of the body being really long. And then maybe we send the chest forward. Maybe we bring this into a gentle heart opener. Taking the tailbone under, thighs active. One more deep breath. And keeping the legs as they are. Start reaching back down towards the floor and to your blocks. Start straightening your left leg. Square your hips, pressing the left heel to the floor. And again, we keep moving here, flexing and pointing the left foot. Left big toe touches the floor. Then we send it all the way up. Hip is going slightly back, right hip forwards. Just keep moving. Lovely. And we're going to bring those two positions into a nice little sequence, working with the breath. Next time, inhale, bend your left knee, press the left foot to the floor, lift the fingertips up, take hold onto the elbows, expand that chest. And the exhale, we sink just a little bit deeper into the pose, open up. Squeeze into the glutes, making sure the spine stays long so we're not compressing into the lower back. We actually lift and we're creating a space. Start reaching down towards the floor or take the blocks and we straighten the left leg, perhaps going deeper. Maybe walking the hands forward. Again, listen to your own body. Just try to find a deeper release. And again, press the left foot to the floor. Take hold onto the opposite elbows. Elbows goes up, expand the chest, tailbone under, squeeze into the glutes, sinking the hips low. And then we reach all the way down to the floor. Coming into the hamstring stretch, press the heel down, fold nice and deep. Take an extra breath as you are. Lovely work. Bend that knee. Walk your hands forward and we lift the back knee off the floor again and start walking your hands all the way to the center, this time to the right side. Turn the toes in, heels out, come into a nice big forward fold. Take your ankles, bend your elbows as we're pulling ourselves all the way through. Crown of head is reaching down to the floor, tailbone up to the sky. Breathe, breathe. Maybe give me a little yes, a little no here, making sure the neck is nice and loose. Send your tailbone just a little bit higher. Bring your fingertips back through the center. And we're coming into this little pyramid pose. So turn, lift the back heel off the floor, take the blocks again. We'll probably need them here. This is a big one for a left hamstring. Rise up and a ball with your right foot. And maybe that's where we stay. Walk your fingertips forwards, take the blocks with you. And think about sending the hips back and away from us. And maybe to press the right heel down, but this might be too strong. See how that feels for you. If you move the hips or they move slightly up and down to the side, keep pressing the right ball of your foot to the earth. 3 breaths as we are. Your left knee can be bent. Inhale, exhale down. Bend your left knee. Place your palms onto the floor. Lift the left foot off the floor. And we slowly bring the left knee to your left wrist. Sliding the right foot back into the pigeon pose. Check how is this side feeling for you today. Might be completely different to the other. Square over the hips, bit of a movement, expand that chest. Take the block underneath the right hip if the hips are quite high up today. Absolutely fine if you're using the block, you will feel more relaxed and you can really deeply stretch into the hip. Well, keeping the hips square. So we're pressing the fingertips to the floor, open up the chest, and with the spine straight, start walking your hands forwards. Doesn't matter how low we are, as long as you feel the left side of the hip open and stretching, as well as the right psoas stay That is exactly what we're looking for. Great pose to release the lower back tension. Great pose if you spend quite a lot of time sitting at the desks, at the laptops. Stay a couple of minutes in a pigeon pose before you go to bed. Great lower back release. Take another deep breath here. And on the exhale, we fall down completely. Bring your forehead either on the floor, on your block, or on your hands. Now completely let go. No need to engage, no need to squeeze anywhere. Just using your own body weight and the gravity to create that beautiful release. Inhaling. Exhale out. Start walking your hands back through the center. Lean onto your left side. Remove the block if you were sitting on the block. And we bring the right foot at the front of your left shin. Link your fingers and place your foot inside of your palms. Lifting the foot off the floor, knee towards your shoulder. Maybe this is where we stay today. Or see if you can go a little bit deeper into it to what it was at the beginning of the class. Imagine there's a wall behind you. We gently lean against the wall, but avoid rounding and collapsing into the toes. So nice big long spine. Pulling the toes in towards you. The right knee can be slightly bent. Or we're using a strap if this is too strong. Now start placing the right foot onto the outside of the left thigh. Pressing the right sole of your foot to the floor, adjust where needed. Fingertips of your right hand comes behind you. Left arm finds the length. And you're hooking the left elbow on the outside of your right thigh to twist. Let the neck follow the rest of your spine as we're casually looking over your right shoulder. Use the fingertips of your right hand to help you to find more length in the spine. So again, try not to collapse into it. Just one breath. Inhale. On the exhale, we twist deeper. Release. Placing the right knee on the top of the left calf, facing legs. Soles of your feet are ideally pointed up. Again, grab the block if needed. Sit on the block or a little blanket if you have it close to you. Fingertips behind you, expand that chest, and maybe this is where we stay. Completely relaxing to your thighs, keep them heavy. No need to work in your glutes or anywhere else in your body. Just keep it nice and soft. Relaxing to your facial muscles, relaxing your jaw. And maybe this is where you decide to stay, absolutely fine. Otherwise, come with me back through the center where we're reaching towards your feet. Again, that little massage. If that felt good on the other side, you can bring it here. Or we carry it and we're going all the way forward. Press the lower back to the floor, sitting bones down. Keep going until you find a sweet little spot. That's where we want to stay. Visualize the space being created around the hips, the stretch being created with each exhale. Softening to your elbows, relaxing to your shoulders. 3 breaths. Partially open up your lips as we take the exhales out through the mouth. Create a little restriction sound in the back of your throat. See, more like that. Inhaling. Exhale out. One more deep breath. Well done. Start walking your hands back through the center. And straighten both of legs. You can use your hands to uncross your legs. Straighten them. Give them a little shake, a little tap. Sitting up tall on the top of your sitting bones, and we're going to tilt the pelvis forward. So we're keeping the lower back long, and maybe this is where we stay. Fingertips to the floor, shoulders down and back, and start walking the fingertips forwards. Toes are pointing up. We gently press on the back of your knees to the floor. So the quads are active in order to safely stretch the hamstrings. We're flexing the feet. If you can find the toes with the hands, bring the toes closer towards you, and we're going forwards. Think belly, torso to your thighs, chest to your thighs, keeping the spine on. 3 breaths. Inhale in. On the exhale, fold down completely. So you're rolling up through the spine, making your way back up into a seated position. And start making your way all the way back, lying down on your back. We're going to finish in a happy baby pose. So bring your knees all the way in towards your chest. Take hold of either lower part of your legs or the outer ridges of your feet as we drive in the knees all the way down towards the armpits, towards the side of your shoulders. Now check your tailbone. You might want to lift off the floor. Don't let that happen. Press it down so we keep the length in the spine as we did throughout the whole of the class today. Pressing the tailbone to the lower back, even the back of your shoulders, the back of your head down to the earth. Maybe a bit of a rock from one side to another. Completely let go. You're more than welcome to stay here today or for your 3 final breaths. Straighten the legs, all working towards that direction. Still keeping the tailbone pressing to the earth. Nothing is changing there. Lightly turn up the corners of your mouth. Open up those lips. Inhale. Side out. 2 more. Inhale in. Last, the deepest, the longest inhale through the nose. And out through the mouth. Lovely work, guys. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a nice squeeze, nice tight hug. Start rocking up into a seated position. Go nice and easy, nice and gentle. Massaging the whole of the length of your spine as we're coming into a cross-legged seat. Next time, inhale, bring both of your arms up. Reach up, look up. And then we bring the palms together into your heart center. Thanking yourself for your time, for your practice. Thank you. Well done, everyone, and I'll be looking forward to seeing you very soon. Bye. Thank you.